moving on to the next topic, which is Captain Marvel got absolutely bitch slapped into November 10th, opening actually up against June Part 2. It got pushed right out of summer. And has been bitch slapped to November 10th. What do we think about this? This is...
You guys smell that?
Real bad.
No.
I smell reshoots.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
This
also,
I was going to say something really dirty.
Look at this awful poster as well. I mean, what is this? Look at her. She's just coming out of like what is this?
Oh, so much vagina.
It's the butthole of the universe.
Well, I was going to say something really nasty, but
so you guys are looking at this wrong, right? Okay, so you at the top you have obviously the clitoris, and in the center,
keep it PG. Goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was PG. Wait a minute.
That was clitoris is it's a medical term, dude. It's a medical term.
Yeah, well, does YouTube? I mean, YouTube doesn't like people speaking about medical things. It seems.
Oh, okay.
We learned that. We learned that during the.
If you say the male clitoris, it might let you say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's little man in the boat. Okay, and
man in the boat. The bean. Just say the bean.
Oh, okay. All right.
Say the chili bean. We bring some Latin representation here.
And then you know, Brie's definitely the point of entry, and I think that's a little on the nose, right? Because of her name, Brie. I'm not going to go into why.
You mean cheese Larson.
Yeah. And then you have the unfortunate. I'm not going to go into what's happening here. It's just bad. Yeah. I mean, and it's not lost on any of us what this is supposed to be visually.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a crap poster. Higher, further, faster, together. Haven't they removed? They've removed the Nova. Nova's in this, isn't he? So they removed him from the poster. Pretty certain Nova's in here, and they're just like, yeah, we'll get him out of the poster.
Too much white male representation.
Yeah. This has got to be strong female representation here.
Strong women. But I mean,
strong female representation, but they're taking a dump on the Pakistani girl. I mean, what the F?
Yeah, it's not good.
Seriously.
Well, it's because the other two are strong lesbian, and she's not.
Well, anyway, let's just keep it a little bit on track.
Okay,
November 10th is absolutely like Richie maybe. Oh,
that was weird. What is going on there?
Yeah, what's happening?
Someone get some goddamn headphones in. I hate listening to myself. Yeah, I mean, this is like, huge.
You guys laugh, but how much you want to bet it comes out that those two characters are actually gay?
Dude, this reeks. Absolutely
that has been the rumor coming out. Yeah.
Well, but sure, whatever. That's not the main point about this. Who cares about that? The main point about this is November 10th. They've pushed it way out.
You think I'm actually going to watch it?
No, of course not. You don't watch any movie, Tom. Come on.
That's right.
You only watch that, man.
I don't know.
You won't even go watch Cocaine Bear this weekend.
Morbius is the only movie I've watched. No,
that's a Thursday night.
Literally, you won't even go watch Cocaine Bear.
I'm thinking about going to see Cocaine Bear. That's not true. I told Polly
you
last
night.
It? Yeah.
You thought about it.
It's still an hour I got to drive.
This is the worst possible placement for a film because guess what comes out the Friday before this?
June Part 2.
Dune. Top Gun.
That's what I said. June Part 2.
Yeah. Right. And then what comes out the following week?
I did know this, but I can't remember.
Titanic.
It's quite another big film.
The Hunger Games sequel, right?
Yes. The same target audience.
Yeah,
literally the same bloody audience.
Yeah. And then if you are going to take kids to anything, you're going to take them to Trolls 3, which opens the weekend after this.
Oh my god!
Right, and then
they managed to squeeze out another troll movie during the pandemic somehow.
Yes,
Jesus.
Wow. Yeah.
But that's
World Tour did really well for being a day.
I know that came out right at the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah,
but let's go back to this poster. This is not an appealing poster.
No,
it sucks. It's awful.
They changed the poster and they changed the date.
Yep.
I mean, this does not bode well.
No.
My name is Nate. Does not bode
well, they moved it. They moved it from the end of July, wasn't it? It was end of July. They moved it from. So
it had a pretty good spot.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible.
Better than this. Better than this.
And they're not going to get the Thanksgiving holiday audience here in the States. I
This
mean,
will get absolutely obliterated.
Well, listen, they can all be gay. I don't give a shit. Is this an entertaining film? Is it gonna rock?
No.
The last
Obviously
one
not.
sucked.
I mean, it was terrible. All these movies have been terrible.
there's no argument.
I'll even concede Shang-Chi was mediocre, but I was compared to these movies, I was entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually surprisingly didn't completely hate Shang-Chi.
I didn't
love
hate
it.
Shang-Chi.
I didn't love it, but
I
I thought it was
understand.
okay. I thought it was okay.
It was warm milk that was only maybe a day old.
Yeah.
And it's become worse just because what's his name? It's such a little punk ass bitch.
Simu Liu.
Oh, I hate him so much. He's so weird.
Yeah. So he's so I don't know. That's a different subject.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
But,
I thought we'd dive into that. I thought it was just funny. So yeah, that's going to get absolutely ripped apart. Absolutely ripped apart.
Yeah.
So let's shuffle on now.
Who's the girl at the very bottom on that poster?
That's part of the problem, Nick.
Ms. Marvel.
Yeah,
Ms. Marvel, isn't it?
The
From
least
TV
watched
series.
Marvel series of all,
and
even
probably
though
the
it
most
got
likable
praised.
character.
Oh,
Yeah,
of those three.
Paulie loves this. He thinks
I
it's
completely
amazing.
forgot
So
about
not
that
only
show.
is this
I
a
haven't watched
sequel
it.
to Captain Marvel, this is also a sequel to WandaVision, because that's
Yes.
where the
Is it?
character at the top comes from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god!
This is also a sequel to that other show. So this is almost set up for. And this is what I've been talking about. How the weight of the universe is going to just destroy this whole thing, because now you have a situation where it was the same thing with Doctor Strange, where if you hadn't seen WandaVision and Spider-Man No Way Home, you were completely freaking lost.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's one thing to see a movie, but to sit through a series is a whole nother ask of an audience.
Well, I think this will be interesting, won't it? Is that this will be the true test of whether they've learned anything from Doctor Strange, right? Because if they just hit this movie with the ground running and don't explain anything, then yeah, they've not learned anything. If they spend some time, but I'm not saying this is good, but if they spend some time explaining who these characters are and what they are and how they got powers and stuff, then they've learned stuff. But then they haven't learned stuff, because you shouldn't be making this movie like that anyway, because that's needless exposition time. It's needless time that you didn't need to do because you made people watch a shitty TV series.
Yeah.
So all in all, like, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't, because you shouldn't have to watch a TV series to understand what's happening in a movie.
This
I
is
heard there
why
was
I
a
hate
lot of
that.
confused people at the end of Ant-Man 3.
Well, and Nick will know what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to the Star Wars expanded universe. This is why I hate it when so-and-sos are like, well, actually, it was in this novel or this comic book where this character did this. And it's like, dude, I shouldn't have to fucking do homework to understand a movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool that you have these extra things that are expanded parts of the story, but it should not. And this was all the time. Yes, Paulie, because this was the freaking problem with Alien Covenant. There was two scenes that were on YouTube that you had to go watch to understand what was going on in the damn movie.
No, what I mean, Tom, is that it's cool to have those every now and then, but not all the time. Like,
no, but I mean,
it's a pain in the ass.
My thing, Paulie, is it shouldn't be required. That's my point.
Absolutely.
Tom,
like you guys were talking about how Kang was different in Loki. I didn't see Loki.
Yeah. Well,
so my experience watching Kang,
you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, but you guys are saying, like, you guys had that reference. It's like, fuck. Now do I have to go see Kang?
No, you
thing?
No, you don't. What you're saying, Tom, is actually even worse of Alien Covenant, is that they then further explained even more in a novel. Yeah. They were like, yeah, actually, this is the real reason. You're like, fuck off. Like,
well, they did the same thing with Star Wars. Remember when they had to re-explain shit? What was it, in the Last Jedi novel and stuff like that? It's like, wait a minute here. If you got to put it in the novel, then that means that's the opposite problem, though, right? Like, it's the other side. Yeah.